to the last 10 minutes of what someone was saying.
Oh, but
And then they just go out the blue, they go, you should probably just get that checked out then. And they're like, what are you talking about?
Can we start? Oh my God. I felt so
disconnected. Okie dokie.
That's my voice. That's my voice.
Yeah, just get that checked out. It's like someone going, oh my God, and then they fucked me raw without a condom, and then I think they have an STD. I don't know if I'm pregnant, and I'm really fucking worried. I can't tell anyone, and I don't know if I'm going to even be able to go and get an abortion anywhere. Yeah, you should just go and get that checked out somewhere. Talk to a therapist or something.
Somewhere.
They're like, what?
I'm going to say that.
Have you listened to anything I've said?
No.
Just get that checked out, yeah.
I do listen.
I know, but I do that too, because sometimes I'm like, I'll listen to people and I'll go, oh my God, yeah, that sounds awful. But in my head, I'm like, does it really? I don't know.
Well, I'll keep that in mind.
No, yeah, exactly. Well, I was was hanging with Greg on Sunday, actually. That was quite nice.
Oh,
Gregory. So he sent you a wee pic.
Well, he did. He's
yeah.
so lovely.
He's so funny. He makes me laugh.
We went to, me and Vita and Ava, like went out for dinner at this like cute Thai place, and then we were right around the corner from Citizen M, and so we went. He was working, and so he is a
little babe.
It was cute. I love him.
Yeah, I did too. Well, he was on his own, so I just went and sat next to him. I was like, well, I was on my own actually too. So
he's always there by himself.
So I was with Susie, but then she had a sinus infection and she had to go home, and I was like, oh. So she just left.
Where is Susie? Is she still above the bar?
Yeah, but she was literally like, she looked like death, and I was like, you need to go home.
You're like,
because I had a stray hair. When you bleach it, it's like you could walk and it'll just fall out. I look like I've got Jada Pinkett Smith vibes.
Oh, every morning I brush my hair and it's just like,
I'm like Jada, sneeze and it all falls out.
That's not funny. That's not funny. She has a disease.
She's beautiful. She looks like J.J.
She's
It's
stunning,
gorgeous.
but you don't have alopecia. You can't say that.
It'd be hard. Do you know? I think if I did, I don't think I would wear a wig either. I think
you would look hot.
I think I'd quite like
with
just
no
to.
Hair.
But you know, sometimes when it's really bad, you have to do the eyebrows.
You could get your eyebrows done.
My friend has alopecia,
but I'm talking about head
and
hair.
She has like but it all everything.
It all goes. I'm aware.
It's good for waxing. Don't have to. You know, you
I've
can
always thought
like
about
a little
that.
dolphin.
That's what I'm on my way to dolphin status.
Like a little porpoise.
I'm on my way. One more laser hair removal treatment.
And that's it.
That was a bad dolphin.
Even when you're on the beach, the dolphins will be like, she is smoother than us.
She is so
She's smoother
slippery.
Than us. Jesus. Is this a new breed of dolphin?
Have you ever touched a dolphin?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
What? Are they slippery?
They're very
Slick.
smooth. It's just very slick and smooth.
Hot.
Yeah, they're lovely.
I touched a whale shark.
I did the crying thing. It's like
What does that mean?
You know when people swim with dolphins, or it becomes quite emotional.
You cried?
I had a wee tear. I got very emotional.
Not me with my ringer on in the middle of the show.
Yeah, you're a busy girl, so you have to switch that on silent.
Jesus.
I don't have mine on silent because nobody
I
calls
was
me.
going to say, Antony won't get a notification for the rest of today.
That's why I've been miserable for the last 2 days.
Just the debt collector.
I just bought another burner phone so I could message myself.
You put them on a timer?
Yeah.
You're like...
Just to pretend that people are, and I don't look at it, I just hear it and go, leave me alone. Are we on or not? Are we on?
Oh my God.
No? Yeah. We are.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
I hate you.
All right now I know we're on. This is our fourth episode of Across the Bar.
Give or take.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's moving in the right direction. It's going where it should be going.
Depending on how the editing goes.
But I have to say, since the other day when we were filming it here, I looked at myself afterwards, a little bit of the playback, And because we've never done it in chairs this relaxing, I was sitting like this the last time. I was like, yeah, so really chilled. I was a little bit too relaxed. And also I was just coming off a sinus infection, so I think I was still a bit
You don't what so what are you saying? That like you wish you had better posture?
I think I wish I had better posture and I was a wee bit more subdued the other day.
I love this.
You know.
Well, I mean, that's one thing. I feel like those are two different issues.
For inspiration today, I thought I'll look at some old Robin Williams interviews from the 80s.
Look at you.
And I'm watching them all, and he's sweating because he was on a lot of coke then. You know, it was a lot of cocaine, but he was so entertaining on coke.
Should we do drugs before this?
Well, it got me thinking about lots of...
I don't smoke weed before this.
I don't smoke anything.
Well, I know you don't, but I
only a little bit of heroin, but then...
I partake.
Yeah, just a little nudge forward with some.
Anything else, I would go...
People may believe that.
Any other, if I was just meeting up with you, I would have smoked a little weed this morning.
Really? See, I'm just terrible on weed. It's
know.
not something that I'm good at. I can't do it.
He's on the weed.
He's on the weed again.
Can't help it.
Well, the problem I have with weed is that I just didn't grow up in a country that was that a lot of people, everybody smokes weed here like it's a real thing.
Very Americana.
It is very Americana.
I love that about weed.
I just think my tolerance for it is pretty shit. So I'm like 2 puffs and I'm off to the races.
Me too, honestly.
You know, but that's all I need. I just need 2 puffs.
And then
I'm good. I mean, I'll tell you. You know, the funniest thing is when you smoke weed and you think it hasn't got you stoned. So I was sitting in a garden once in my old apartment, and my roommate, he smoked a lot of weed, and he gave me 2 puffs, and I was sitting drinking a beer, and I was like, well, that's not worked. So then I thought, I'll
really feeling it.
I'll go to the bathroom. So our bathroom was upstairs, and I went into the apartment. The stairs there's like 10 stairs. It's not that high. I felt like I was on
that day.
I felt like I was on that staircase for 5 hours. So I'm going up, going, how much further? And then I got like a ping notification on my phone because you know when someone goes live on Instagram, that goes so and so's going live.
I never want that notification.
So it said Lena Dunham's gone live.
Especially that one.
I don't know Lena Dunham, but when it said that, and I looked and went, oh no. Like I knew her.
It was bad
like
news.
It was a real, oh God, does she have to go live again?
Not Lena.
And then you get to the bathroom and it takes you forever to pee. And you have to focus on a crack in the wall or a little ant that's crawling somewhere to distract you so you can actually disconnect your brain so you can pee.
Being high for you sounds hard.
That felt like a whole mission.
It's never that difficult for me. And I think in that way, I agree a little bit that like, I smoke it. I smoked it for the past 2 days when I was
a wee bit down
in a hole.
Having the blues, eh?
Yeah, and I'm sure it didn't help.
Well, I had the blues as well, and I think
we
were both saying it is something maybe to kind of like share in a way because it sort of happens to more people than you think it does.
It does, and I am not super, vocal or transparent about it happening when it happens because it happens often. I feel like maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that. And
do you notice a wee trigger before it begins? For me,
working my day job.
Right. So that's it. So
working
when you have
job,
the days off after that's
working my day job 3 days in a row, and then nothing to do or just a whole free day.
Sure.
Oh, I'm not doing anything. I'm ordering Grubhub. I'm
movies,
smoking weed, and I'm sitting in my bed and watching anime.
That's kind of cool.
Fully, and then that. I never can tell really which comes first. This desire to just not do anything, or the indulgence of sitting in my bed and.
Do you masturbate a lot when you're depressed?
Absolutely.
Me too, because I need the serotonin.
And a lot for me is once.
Oh,
in a day.
But it's 6 hours.
In a day.
It's a 6-hour session, but it's once. It's just edging.
It's just edging for.
I only do it once, but it's 12 hours. I'm very disciplined.
People come and go.
Yeah.
It's an event.
I'm very disciplined. It's only once.
I
12
sell
hours.
tickets, by the way.
Exactly. Leave the window open.
Well, we'll share the ticket link.
No,
don't know.
there's been a day where I've masturbated 12 times in a day.
Anthony,
And,
did it hurt?
you know,
Did it
this is
hurt?
going to be disgusting and I'm going to be a bit graphic, but by the end of it, I was slightly bleeding. I was chafed.
Like blood coming
A little bit,
out,
no, a little bit of
like,
blood on the side of the
oh
foreskin,
my
and then I
God.
had to get Neosporin and put it on at night because I thought I was going to get an infection and then my penis was going to have to get chopped off.
I have definitely rubbed it raw.
Rubbed it raw. That was the original title for the podcast.
Rubbing it raw. Rubbing it raw.
Rubbing it raw. It's too southern. That's too southern. It's like, right?
Hello. That's
Hey.
so on brand for
Hey
me.
y'all, welcome to Rubbing It Raw. But that would be, if we called it Rubbing It Raw, this show, it would be, we'd both have to be naked and masturbate at the same time while
Just
doing the show.
Just like a little like
But talking
blur,
about world
like,
politics.
a pixelated sphere.
Yeah, we
around.
could be masturbating going, did you hear about that Harvey Weinstein case the other day? My God, yeah, it was awful. It was terrible. Real serious stuff. But,
Okay,
you know,
but you know, I fall into these little holes, these depressions.
Yep.
After I do something that I really don't like for 3 days in a row, and I know you don't really, you mainly freelance. That you don't have a day job. Like when does it happen for you?
It happens for me, and I was going to say, I think I could probably connect it the same with maybe how you are, because, and it's different, but if I do a show, if I sing, and then I give a lot of energy out doing that, the next day I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Because I've put a lot of stress into going up to the gig, and
Oh my
is it going to be
God.
good? And then I go to sound check, and then is anyone going to come?
The
And then
adrenaline and the
you know, it's
serotonin
all
and
that
the-
adrenaline that you're pumping out, and then when you get back to your apartment and it's all quiet again. That's why when I used to tour, I used to tour for like 6 months with a band, and we do shows like all around the country or whatever, in the UK or in America and Los Angeles. And this was years ago, but when I used to do that, I was a mess by the end of it.
A mess.
Because I just gave out so much energy.
That's what I have a
I
bunch
felt
of friends
nuts.
who do like.
Maybe you do that at work. You're
tours
just
and
putting out
musical
the
theater.
persona.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And then you don't have to
know-
put the persona out when you're on your own.
Exactly. I know that it definitely has to do with the energy and the like, the on. You know, the always having to be on, sort of, and then the minute I get a chance not to be, I'm like that. I mean, I only work. This sounds so terrible. I only work there like 3 days a week.
It's one day a week.
But it's no. It's
Oh,
3
God.
days.
We sound so privileged
3
right
days
now.
in a
All
row.
we've spoken about is masturbating constantly and working one day a week, and how
Some people are
depressed
probably
we
out
are.
there like,
Yeah.
sounds like a great day. Like,
Right.
ordering
People that do
Grubhub.
3 jobs a day, and they're, you know, like they're going on bikes and dodging traffic to deliver food, and we're going, I just can't deal with my
They're like,
life.
God, I wish that I could sit in bed for one day and just order Grubhub and watch anime.
Is it too much to ask?
That is.
But listen, we're all built differently. We
I
really
think
are.
so too.
You know?
I think there's some sort of saying about how, like, you know.
Are you gonna try and be? Did you forget what you were gonna say? Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love when people do that? The thing that you should do the next time is just try and make something up.
That's like the George Bush thing.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, fool me once, shame on you.
Fool me twice,
Can't fool me again. Like,
and you are you're just a fool in heat on a sunny afternoon.
that is what they say.
But yeah, that's what my granny used to say. No, but I like that, because when you go, well, you know what they say, they always say, and then you forget what you're going to say, and you go, they always say, if you see 2 fire trucks in a day, then less fires. You're
Stay
like,
home.
Stay home and just, beat your dick.
Jesus Christ.
Like, what? Does this help?
How do you keep that on your head like that?
It's just, I used to always do it like this when I was
I know.
recording.
You
It's
look-
like, I
you look
always thought it
cooler
was
than me.
the way to do it. Like, like when you see when them doing charity singles, they've always got one earphone
Well, I
on.
I want the real world.
Like, we are the
in this-
world. Like, all that shit.
Yes.
Yeah, all that shit. That charity shit. So I was going to say to you, because I was thinking about this the other day. Oh, hold on, I forgot. No, I've not. I've not forgot. I was thinking about, because I was talking to you the other day about dating again. I was thinking I'm going to open myself back up to go on dates, right? That's kind of what I want to do just now.
Sure.
But then it got me thinking about bad dates.
Oh.
And I was thinking, have you ever had a really funny bad date? Like, has there been something that's really bad?
Not funny.
Because I have one. And it was bad.
You go. Maybe it'll jog my memory.
So, met this guy online, Tinder, I think it was. This was a very long time ago.
Sure.
And I was living in Notting Hill at the time.
Oh.
So I felt very Julia Roberts.
Where's Notting Hill?
It's, where the movie Notting Hill was filmed?
No.
In London? You not seen Notting Hill?
I was going to... No, I haven't.
Oh, it's really nice. It's
It's in
Julia
London.
Roberts and Hugh Grant. And Hugh Grant lives in Notting Hill in London.
Uh-huh.
And Julia Roberts is a big movie star. And she is getting chased by the paparazzi and she has to go into his apartment. And she's like, I just need to escape them for a second. They end up falling in love. She's a big star. He's not, blah, blah. Anyway. But yeah, I was living there, met this guy, and I was like, let's go and have a cheeseburger. Because I quite like going for a cheeseburger on a first date. I think it's good. And I like to eat cheeseburgers, different burgers, whatever.
You like to see your men around...
some food.
Around
You also want to see how people
beef.
eat in front of you. Because if they're too timid, I'm
Sure.
like, you're going to be boring in bed.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be confident. Just eat your cheeseburger.
Well, I think there are first date foods.
Yes. Not soup,
Not soup?
maybe. Is it too slurpy?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Like a pho on a first date could get a little,
Yeah.
splashy.
And fondue? Nope.
I haven't had... I can't... I
It's
don't
so
think I've
heavy.
ever had fondue.
What? I have a
Anthony.
friend that makes fondue all the time, and he's like, always messages me, and he's like, "Do you want to come around and making fondue?" And I'm like, "You."
That's like
I was
such
like,
a
"What is this? The
60s
'80s?"
housewife,
I was like, "What is this? The '70s?" But he does do it really
we
good.
just got a brand new fondue set.
He does it really good, but it's very '70s sort of housewife for
That's
sure.
really
for sure.
funny.
But it's kind of nice. But it's heavy. It's heavy.
So you like to see your men around some meat.
Right, so I met this guy, and then when I met him, I realized that he had a lazy eye, but he never had a lazy eye in the pictures. His eyes were both looking directly at the camera, but when I met him, one was on me and one was on the bus stop. So I was like, what the fuck? So
God.
I thought, I'm not going to say anything, because why would you, right? You just go, hey, how you doing?
Of course not.
Exactly.
Oh, Anthony.
Of course, I'm not going to say anything. So I'm walking down to the burger place, and out of the blue, he goes, I see you've noticed my eye.
I see you've noticed my glass eye.
And I was like, what? I didn't see
What
it.
do
What?
you
Your
mean?
eye? And he was like, yeah, it just
Which
goes like that when I
one?
get a bit nervous, it moves. And I'm like,
He gets nervous.
right. And I said, oh, it's fine. I didn't even
That-
notice it.
That's kind of charming.
And then in my head, I was thinking, well,
That
if it
makes
does
me
go
wanna give him
well,
a-
we could always be pirates, together. We could put the patches on. We could get all like role
You didn't
playing.
think that was funny.
No, I didn't tell him that. I was thinking it.
I thought you had the audacity.
No, not on a first date. Second date, offend them. First date, charm them.
Second date, you're like, arg, matey.
All right, parrot.
You come
I
with
got
a
you a
peg
parrot.
leg.
Exactly. I got you a parrot, man.
Oh my god.
It's only learned one word. It just says funny eye, funny eye. And
So
oh my god.
he
So anyways,
says-
we're on this date, and I'm thinking to my head, I don't care about this eye. I like this guy. This guy is good, So then I
eye
thought,
guy.
well, we'll sleep with him. So took him back to my apartment. And I was I had biker stuff at the time, so I was riding motorbikes,
a motorcycle?
like a motorbike,
What does that mean?
like a motorbike, like what do you guys call them here?
There's a motorcycle, which is like the scary, like.
Motorcycle, that's the one. Yeah,
You had a motorcycle.
long time ago. Yeah.
Look at you.
But I had all these little, like all the bits, like the pads and the
Sure.
the biker boots. And,
Chaps.
yeah, chaps. Yeah, always assless. On the bike. But he came back to my apartment and he saw all the stuff and he went, "Who's that? Who owns all that bike stuff?"
all, like,
and I was like,
leather.
"Oh, that's mine." And he went, "You ride a bike?" And like in a judgy way. And I'm thinking, I never fucking judged your eye, motherfucker. Didn't judge my bike.
Maybe there was something like, do people have cars in Notting Hill normally? Like, is that the?
I don't know. I think he was looking at it like a class thing. Like he was sort of looking down on me a little bit. Like it was kind of a bit scummy.
Did he seem very posh?
Yeah, a little bit posh. And I thought, oh, I don't know about this. So I was a bit offended by that. So I thought, well, I definitely have to sleep with him now to get him out the house. So after I slept with him, we were smoking on the balcony. And he said to me afterwards, he was like, oh, it's really good you don't mind me smoking. I like that.
Cigarettes?
And just
not
a cigarette.
Weed.
And I said, oh, yeah. I said, my ex didn't like me smoking, but I'm not with him anymore, so it's kind of nice that I can smoke. And he went, yeah, I was with this guy last week that hated smoking. He was from New Zealand. He was called Jamie. I just was... And I'm like...
What?
It was my ex.
Shut the fuck up.
So I was like, oh, my God. He slept with my ex a week ago. He's got a funny eye.
Were you guys both living in this...
In the same city. But the gay dating pool is, I guess, smaller than I thought.
That's small.
But that was awful. So that whole thing was a terrible situation. And that put me off dating till now.
Awful. How many years ago was that?
10.
That's
Long time ago. But dating can be hard. And I think dating in New York is the hardest.
I have a scar here.
How did that happen?
That I never noticed before. I don't know. Looks like a cat thing.
Do you have a cat?
I don't have a cat.
You've been leaving your window open.
I don't know.
Just anything. Come in. Whatever you like. I have loads of pigeons in my courtyard. They always stand at the window, but I fucking hate pigeons.
They stand on your AC unit?
Ooh, ooh. Like, all the time. And it's annoying. I think they're kind of gross.
Someone was yelling. I have an interior facing window. My room has an interior facing window. Somebody was yelling at the bottom of it. Maybe at the bottom of it. Maybe out of another interior facing window.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't investigate. They were yelling things.
It's
and
weird what people
like
do.
Indiscernible things late.
Well, it was like
1 a.m.
Every Saturday in my courtyard, I think the guy on the bottom floor is throwing up. At like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's never not that time. It's this week it happened again, but last week I heard it and I thought that was the first time and I went, that's a shame. Like he must have food poisoning. And then this Saturday, without fail, and I'm like,
every Saturday.
I felt like going again. Where do you
Get
eat?
it together.
Get it together. But every throwing up. So I'm thinking, is it going to be next Saturday as well? Maybe he's got a problem. I don't know.
A drinking problem, I'm sure.
Or he could be bulimic.
Yes.
But once a week,
He's
it's
a
not
model.
bulimic.
Right, yeah.
Step
You're
it
not
up.
very good at being
Step it up.
bulimic if it's just once a week.
Exactly.
Oh my God, we can't say that.
No, we can't. Listen, hold on. Like, obviously, everything is a joke. That's how I see things.
And that's a real thing that people struggle with.
Listen, if I personally, if I can imagine something more, I couldn't imagine something as horrific. That would be awful. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Horrific.
No.
And
also, it makes your teeth fall out. And your hair falls out too, because it's just all the nutrients are going out, so it's not good. So don't do it. Nobody do it. Yeah, just get instead of doing that, just get a mirror from a circus. You know those wee slimming mirrors,
or just a good mirror, honestly.
Or get a big fucking one that makes you look fat, and then you'll go. Could be worse.
You know a good mirror.
Oh, I like a good mirror.
Like a good mirror.
But it has to be the full length.
Tall.
Need to
really
see what you look
tall.
like.
Zach, Cincinnati guy, the man that I went to visit. No full length mirrors.
I don't get that.
Apartment. He lives by himself.
I don't get that.
Which is fine. There's like a bathroom mirror that maybe cuts off like right below my cooter. But I'm like, how do I know with the shoes that are going with the? And that I'm like, how do you live like this?
I had a friend who was insanely confident with her body, the way she was as a person.
No mirrors.
No mirrors. And
Shut the fuck up.
And I'm like, where are your mirrors? And she's like, I know what I look like. And I'm like, well, I don't.
Just like one in the bathroom?
No, she had like one little tiny one where she did her makeup and that was it. And I'm like, I used to use the shower, the door, because it would reflect a bit so I could see just visually slightly what I was looking like.
But if I have something in my teeth, I don't know. That's crazy.
She
to me.
was insanely confident. We were going to an award show one night, and we always used to shower at the gym, like at our gyms, because
Sure.
the shower was crap in the apartment. And
And there was no toilet.
And there was just like, well, the toilet was weird. You had to angle yourself in a weird way, and you just could see yourself in the reflection of the shower. And it was like it was mocking you, you know, like you're just up like that. Like who takes a shit in this position?
Like,
it's
look
ridiculous.
At this asshole.
You know, even people in slums are like, you're slumming it. But
look at yourself.
look at the state of you. It was like Twister to take a poo. It was just awful. But she came back and she hadn't showered yet, and she went, "I'm just jumping into the shower," and I was like, I thought we were going to shower at the gym. Like, why not shower at the gym? And she went, I can't shower at the gym. And I was like, why? And she was like, and in all seriousness, this is the level of confidence, this true confidence that I'm actually jealous of.
Sure.
She said, I can't shower at the gym, Antony, because when you look like this and you're coming out of the gym shower, I mean, my breasts are perfect. I don't want to do that to the girls. I'll give them all complexes.
She just walks out of the shower completely naked.
And I laughed and went, and she went, you know what I mean.
Dead serious.
Dead serious. And I thought, I fucking love that level of confidence.
Well, I'm sure. How many years ago was this?
About 8.
I'm sure she was like, you understand.
Well,
You're a fucking...
I don't, but even
fembot. I mean, like
no,
you are literally like a
it's all
sex
smoke
robot.
and mirrors.
Oh my god.
Smoke and mirrors.
Whatever.
Also, the thing is, as well, it's all relative.
Ask anybody.
Ask anyone, whatever you like. I don't know. Sometimes there's days where you feel okay, you feel good, but
sure.
I think it's just like you with your little wee scratch on your arm. You've noticed that, but nobody else sees it.
Oh, well, yes.
So it's
exactly.
like anyone's insecurities. We see the things that nobody else sees, you know?
Yes. And the reason that I'm even able to hang out with you,
because I wear a bag on my head,
bury you for more than 2 minutes, is because you don't think you're hot.
Oh, it's unreal. It's like I'm living in some 80s parallel movie.
It's true.
But I don't see myself like that. I've never seen myself like that.
No, me either. There are moments.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
And you feel good. Yeah. I think the thing is with maybe us, and I do believe this, is we know we can polish ourselves well. We feel good when we feel good, but also we felt bad when we felt bad. And you don't forget that feeling, so it makes you kinder.
I keep that with me.
Yeah, I like to keep that.
I think it's healthy.
And I think it's healthy because it makes me kind of more empathetic to people going through that. Where you go, actually, hey, it's up and down all the way.
All felt like that.
Absolutely. And I think it's good. I would hate to be hot all the time. Can you imagine being a model? How annoying. What growth is that as a person?
That must be.
And the worst is when you meet a model that's hot and funny, fuck off.
Never.
Like, what's wrong with them? I've kind of funny for them, you know, like funny for that level of funny. But I'm like, put you in a crowd of comedians, you're dead.
You're dead.
You're dead. But when you're hot, you don't have to be funny.
That's true.
You just, you're just
so
hot.
You
get
don't
whatever you
develop
want.
it.
Yeah, you just get what you want. Easy peasy.
That's why we're funny.
Yeah, because we know how it feels to be on every spectrum.
Or just like we've been through some shit. Like,
absolutely.
The funniest people I know are
self-deprecating. 100%. But you got to be a bit broken to exist in life for a long time. You can't think it's all bells and whistles and roses, you know.
Some people.
Some people really do.
Some people really do. But I don't have a good or interesting first date.
No?
I mean, I'm sure I do, and I'm going to remember it when we leave here, but all my first dates are weird, Antony.
Are they really?
All of them are weird. Dating when you're trans is just weird. Like,
do you always meet at a restaurant or a bar? Like, is there like a sort of protocol of like kind of where you would like to start the date?
Okay, Cupid asked me this today because there's like the survey questions that you can answer, and then they match you up.
Did they give you options of questions?
They said, what is the ideal first date? They said coffee, drinks.
Okay.
Coffee's
a diuretic,
dinner.
So I don't like that.
I like a coffee date.
Because I always want to poo.
Coffee, drinks, dinner, or something like an activity. Like,
yeah, I like activities.
Like, let's go play racquetball or something.
Yeah, or like.
Did I tell you about the racquetball?
No.
Oh my God, he made me play racquetball.
Can you play racquetball?
No. No. There's a racquetball court in his...
I imagine you as one of those girls that turns up with the whole kit on.
The look
Like, the look is down.
It was there, okay, Vince?
But you can't do it.
I'm not doing it, no. I'm like
That's how I
sitting
see
there
it.
like chewing bubble gum. And
Yeah. Like twirling your pigtail. Going, yeah, I've done this before. But really, you're not even holding the racket the right
It
way.
was like...
You're holding
like-
it the big way, and he's like, other way
My, like-
around.
like white Air Forces, and I like bobbied my like white socks.
Perfectly tied laces.
Black like high-waisted leggings and like a black sports bra with like my little baseball cap.
Little
on.
visor with the hair coming out the top.
Yeah.
Love that.
It was a moment.
That sounds
and I didn't even
fun.
get a fucking picture in it.
That would have been fun.
But I say this about the trip. I went to Cincinnati to see this guy that I've been talking to, and it was really lovely. And we did a bunch of like cute, fun things. That was my favorite part about the trip.
Oh, really? The racquetball?
The racquetball moment.
It's quite sweet.
I was resistant, and it's something that I would never have done.
Yeah.
Let's go play racquetball. What? Do
I think
you
it
know
sounds
me?
nice. Yeah.
Like I no, but you know, for him, and for that moment where I just pushed a little bit outside of what I would do, or
and you learned
my
something about
comfort
yourself
zone.
as well.
It was cute.
That's really cute.
It was really that
So
was my favorite
sports activities are good.
She's an athlete.
She's an athlete, ladies and gentlemen. She's an athlete. If you give her the outfit to make,
Where's I going
she'll
with the
wear it well.
racquetball?
So you were saying it was an alternative date that you never really thought about that you would enjoy.
What is your ABCD? Coffee date, dinner date, drinks date, or activity?
I
You
don't
said an
like
activity.
a drinks date because I
No?
feel like they're gonna I might get too drunk. So you know what I mean, like
no, because
if it's going bad, I'm gonna be like get them looking attractive, like kind of thing.
That's what that's there for.
And I don't like the cinema
see.
either because you don't talk
Not a
really.
movie date.
Yeah.
I have been asked on a first date movie date, and it's never a good idea.
The cinema,
Not for the
I went
first
to the
date.
cinema for a first date in high school when I was 12.
That's when you do movies for the first date.
with
when
this
you're 12.
girl,
and you get finger
and I
banged.
fingered her. I fingered her all the way through the film. So like,
I called it.
I didn't even watch the movie.
No.
And you know what the movie was called? Get Shorty. It was
What?
too ironic.
Get shorty.
It was with John Travolta and a few other things, but yeah, I was
How
really.
old are you?
I'm very old. It was like 1995, I think it was. I think it was 1995.
Oh my god! On my dating profiles, I was born in '95.
There you go, babes. But no, I've. So you're just. I was fingering when you were coming out.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That is really crazy.
And also, people used to finger a lot more in Scotland. Like it was a real thing. Your first date.
Oh my god! I had a friend, Sarah.
And I think it's because it's too cold. You need to keep your fingers warm.
Fingers warm.
So
Finger
it's
warmer.
Freeze. I don't
Who
want them
needs
falling
a hand
off.
warmer?
I don't want them falling off.
I had a friend named Sarah who had a pair of shorts, a pair of like white short, like denim shorts that she called her finger banging shorts.
So when she had them on, she knew it was gonna happen.
Yep, that was the signal.
It's like a bat signal for Batman.
Somebody finger me. I'm ready.
Do you know,
I'm ready for
sometimes
my
wee
close-up.
shorts like that can be very, they're you expose you, you can see everything.
They were a little loose. They weren't like.
Oh yeah, I know those shorts. Well, I saw a
just
girl
like-
one time in the Apple store when I worked
see
there,
these?
and I think she was about 15 or 16, and she was in the shortest shorts I've ever seen.
no.
She's on the laptop, and her tampon string hanging out the side.
No. Anthony.
Yes, and I was like, does she know?
Are you sure that wasn't like the frayed
No,
denim?
I
At
was.
the
I really had to make sure I was looking a lot. Going, is that
You're
a
looking
tampon
too
string?
much.
So I thought I'm gonna
You're
go and
not
tell
allowed
her.
back
I'm
in the
gonna
Apple
tell her. I'm
store.
gonna tell her
Anthony.
because I want, but privately, quietly.
Oh my
So I pulled her
God.
aside and I said, "Listen, I'm gay. Firstly, secondly, I work here, and thirdly, I just wanted to let you know that your tampon string's hanging outside. Just wanted to let you know." And do you know what she said? Yeah, no. So I thought, you're a fucking whore. And then I'm like, For what?
Yeah, I know.
She went, yeah, no. But I'm like, for what reason?
Give me that look.
Like yeah, I know. Like some bad biker bitch.
One time, you know how there's the.
But I'm like, what for? Why?
Oh.
Do you think she was getting ready in the mirror and she saw it hanging outside of me? Yeah, fuck yeah. My fucking tampon
Yeah,
string
fuck
hanging
it.
out. Watch out, boys.
One time, I was.
Maybe it's to
so
deter
because
people.
I would
grabbing
never.
her.
I would never tell anybody, like a stranger.
I don't know. I think
If you
sometimes
have like
it's
a
nice
booger
to.
in your nose or whatever, I don't care. I'm not.
If
gonna
it's really
tell
bad,
you.
though, you don't want to tell them.
Nope.
Or I would maybe tell them.
If you're my friend,
Right.
sure.
Depends
I'm gonna
who
be
they
the.
are.
I'll
you
be the
know.
first one to tell
Yeah.
you if you're my friend.
Well, I mean, it depends who it is. I mean, I remember even in that store, there was one time a woman came to get her iPad checked, you know, because she was like, it wasn't working.
For diseases.
And she said, it's not working. I can't. And she's got massive nails and she's tapping with the nail.
Working.
The nail. And I'm
Not
looking at her going, you need to do your finger. But
Your
I didn't.
finger.
But I didn't tell her. Because I thought,
Like, I don't know.
fuck you.
That's weird.
She's a dumb bitch. Fucking
How long
nails.
were they? Because, I used to
Really long, and she's tapping, going, it's not working, it's broken. And I thought, if you're that stupid, Google, like, you'll have to figure it out.
You
Go
just
and
made
Google
me
it.
miss the, like...
The wee taps. I used to love a BlackBerry. I was into my BlackBerry for a long time.
Did the BlackBerry...
Yeah, I made the wee clicks and the clacks. I loved it.
I miss it. Now
It
I'm
doesn't do
dialing
that.
911.
I miss it. State your emergency. I miss the little clicking noises on the iPhone.
I used to keep my nails really long, and so it would just...
I do the little clicks. Yeah, my sister has fake nails all the time, big long ones.
I love it. When I go to London...
I don't know how she wipes her bum with it, though.
Get my nails done. You figure out.
Too long.
There's a way to do it.
I've never known.
I'm not concerned with wiping my ass. I am concerned with like hook and eye things, with doing buttons.
Yeah,
like that.
That's even hair.
That's
doing
the
your hair or
hardest
doing
stuff.
your makeup.
No,
with it? No, is that not
it's
difficult?
the best.
Is it?
When I have nails,
Oh, it's like
I can,
a brush.
Like, section
I've
my
never
hair.
Thought about
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
That's kind of like a giant comb.
it's miserable to, because I like run. When I wear my hair down, I run both my fingers, or all my fingers, both my fingers. Just two.
Just two.
I run my fingers through my hair a lot.
Just
and
run these two fingers through.
just like and then to go from having that and then not these just like nubs on my scalp. It's terrible. Did you pick a date idea yet?
A date idea. Right, so I would...
You said not drinks.
Not drinks, no.
Not coffee,
not
because
coffee,
you're gonna
'cause
shit.
I'm going to shit your pants.
That right then and there?
Well, you might need to go, and then it's like you're going to have to sit in the toilet, and
Like
it's like a
right
whole
now.
thing, and I don't want to do that, you know.
I have to.
You do?
I mean,
it's fermented.
this isn't it. This isn't the moment, but
Well, it's because you're excited doing the show.
it's
just got your
we're
bowels
on the
moving.
precipice.
Yeah.
That bathroom is locked though.
Yeah, but
We need to
they've got the
find out how to
key.
Yeah.
I hate bathrooms with keys because it means someone else might have the key.
He's like gatekeeping.
Do you know? I
There's a
remember.
hole in the floor.
Did you ever see those toilets? Those public toilets that you'd pay money to go in, and the wee door would lift open, and you go in, and you'd do your bathroom, and then you'd leave, and it would flush the whole toilet, like clean the walls, clean everything.
What?
I think maybe in Europe this is like a thing.
A European thing.
So I remember.
Bathroom technology.
Yeah,
in
they just
Europe is
literally
like
it flushes the whole toilet clean, like everything,
level.
desanitizes it, whatever, sanitizes
What?
it. But I remember there was a time where I saw a woman go in, and then she didn't get out in time, so she got stuck in, and the doors closed, and she's going, help, and it went and flushed the whole thing.
That's a design flaw.
And she literally was covered, wet, soaking wet, and the door opens and she's in tears, and I'm like, oh my God, that's
Just
awful.
Soaking wet.
Yeah.
With
like, I don't know,
don't know.
disinfectant,
Lysol?
and she came out blonde.
she came out with your yellow hair.
She
from
came
the
out
last
blonde
episode.
with yellow pubes and everything. It was mental. You ever tried dyeing your pubes?
I don't grow them anymore.
Oh, when I had green hair,
I'm
I
a
dyed my
dolphin.
pubic hair green. Because I thought
What?
I thought it'd be funny if ever I hooked up with someone, they'd be like, "Oh my god, he's got green pubes."
if it ever decides to grow back, I'll make the
Or
curtains
as
match
we
the
spoke about the
drapes.
other day, a little wig,
American,
a merkin for a little,
a green one.
yeah, a little green, but like a little strip, just a wee strip.
I want a bob.
A bob. A bob.
So it looks like the only date idea left for you is an activity or dinner.
I
Dinner's
would go
too
with
much of a
activity. I like an
commitment.
activity. You
Yeah.
know, I think maybe something like.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna do? Picture this though.
Oh, I know what I'd do.
It's cold. It's cold, and it's in New York City. You're in New York City.
I know what I'd do.
So let me just
I
give
know
you that
exactly
because
what
that
I'd
rules a
do.
lot of things out.
I would look for those wee farms. Like farms with chickens and pigs and
Like a petting
like
zoo?
a petting farm. I would find a little petting farm upstate, and I'd go, let's
Where?
go upstate.
For the first date?
Yeah, because you can take them in the bushes.
Oh, no, that's scary. You're gonna. If somebody proposed that to me as a first date, I would be like, "This is where I
They're
die.
gonna kill you.
This is where I die. I die on the petting zoo upstate."
Well, do you know what? Maybe I've got some problems because I was watching the other day a documentary about this notorious pedophile in the UK, and but prior to that, I was watching
distant cousin.
Right, and prior to that, I was watching a documentary about Ted Bundy. And then there was a Michael Jackson one I was watching as
Were you
well.
watching these on Hulu?
There's one on Hulu and then there's one on Netflix, and
That
it's
is
sort
where
of
those
moving
were
around.
advertised to me
Yeah,
yesterday.
but the problem they were saying about all of them, they were going, you know, it's really weird when he first came to the house. He was just so charismatic. He's just so engaging. And then they talk about Ted Bundy and they go, just so lovely to talk to. Like he would really listen. And then with Michael Jackson, they were going, just engaging, you know, with Never Neverland. And he just wanted us to have a good time. He always listened. He was really charismatic. And I'm thinking, is it bad to be charismatic now? Do people get warning signs when you're really nice and talkative?
It's a good cover.
So maybe I've got to be less fucking friendly, or I might not get any dates. Might think I'm either a fucking pedophile or I'm a murderer, or I don't know.
No, that's a risk I'm willing to take for being funny.
Right? That's
Absolutely.
I
Are you
know,
kidding me?
but
I hate. Well, let me not say that. I don't hate people who are not funny. I'm just like, what's wrong with you?
well, I think you know because it's hard
What
to.
didn't happen to
right?
you?
Yeah, exactly. Why were you not bullied? You know, it's like if ever I have children.
Who didn't hurt you?
Yeah, if ever I have children, they'll be like, I don't want my kids to be bullied. I want them to have a good life. I want them to get the shit kicked out of them because
There's a threshold.
it'll make them funnier.
Yeah. There's
Not by
like
me,
a-
but by some stranger's child.
Right, yeah. I think there's like a, you know, this much space where like more than that and you're suicidal, and then
Right.
like less than that and you're not
It's got to
funny.
be that
so
balance, doesn't it? And I think
a
as long
chance
as you
you
have
take.
good friends around you, you can endure a little bit of it because you've got people to kind of keep you afloat.
get bullied
Get some
within
good
the
friends.
threshold,
Yeah.
and one day you'll have a podcast.
Oh my God, live the dream. Well, you know, on that note, I always ask you this at the end, but I'm going to ask you again. And I know that you're working a little bit over the weekend,
thought
but
we have an
what are you
ending
going to
question.
do? Have you got any other plans for the weekend? Have you got anything else that's not involving work? No.
No, literally no.
Masturbation till you bleed and anime.
Is this forever? Do I go on like this forever?
How depressing that
No.
every week I go, any plans for
Any
the weekend?
plans?
And you go, no.
You just like flip that mirror on me. No.
If it makes you feel better, I'll cancel my plans and sit at home and masturbate.
And then we can just
Yeah.
FaceTime.
yeah.
Just
It'll-
not,
It's a
not
solidarity
looking
move.
at each other, but
No,
just
no.
like phone face down.
Solidarity. I'll be like, don't worry, I'm at home miserable as well. It's fine, I'm just masturbating furiously. Have you ever answered the phone while you're masturbating?
No, but the
And
other
try
day,
to keep it normal.
New York Legal Aid
Right.
call while I was masturbating.
Did you have
And
a
I
conversation?
don't have a laptop,
Right,
so it's all on here.
right.
This is my home office.
Yeah.
And so she called, and I'm just like talking to the New York Legal Aid representative, Sophie. I love Sophie.
What's your name
with
again?
A giant boner.
Sophie? I love that name.
No, it's more like a.
You
what
have
do
to compose yourself a little bit, the
Uh-huh.
way. But I've definitely been midway, and I've been
She
like,
didn't even FaceTime me. It was just a regular call.
do you want to FaceTime me?
Sophie. Poor thing.
Yeah. No, I used to also, it was every time my gran would phone or something, it was always like the most inappropriate
Always.
person, and you're just like, this is weird. But you'd never tell them.
Well,
Gran, I'm really sorry. I've been talking for about 10 minutes, but
Of course you
I've
never
been
tell them.
masturbating, and it's just really not the right time.
it's
So.
not now.
And also, I'm quite angry with you, really, because I've been talking to you and my penis has gone back to being soft. So it's just, I've got to get back at being hard. It's going to take a whole
Exercise
day.
in Edging.
Yeah. Oh, Granny.
Granny brings you back down.
Granny,
and then
Granny brings you back down.
then-
That sounds like a dance move.
Simon Cowell. Something I think about when I am trying not to laugh or like trying not to
like a serious
get
thing.
hard
Yes,
or
yes.
or whatever. That doesn't really happen a lot, but Simon Cowell once said, like, my family used to watch American Idol a lot.
He
like,
said,
as a
think of me.
family." He said that he has to think about like puppies drowning, and if you think of that imagery, like the last like. And then it like goes under,
Yeah.
or like I don't know. He said puppies drowning and flowers.
Wouldn't
dying,
it be
but
awful if you you got that advice and you went, that's really good advice, I'm going to do that next time. And then when you started to do it and think about it, you started to come.
It's like the laughing isn't going away.
Right, you're like, oh my God, this
It's
is
making me
actually
laugh
turning
even
me
more.
on. What the fuck? I didn't want this. Like, I didn't even know this was going to... So you find something horrible about yourself, really.
You have to find, you have to really go there.
Yeah.
And if puppies drowning doesn't do it for you, maybe you should be on our podcast.
Absolutely. Well, on that lovely note, and that's a good tip. So, anybody that is trying to prolong a sexual experience, just think of puppies.
Come back down.
Yeah, bring it down.
Then go back up.
And
Sex isn't like this.
no, it should be a tantric journey.
I think so too.
A couple of hours and then exhausted and get a cheeseburger.
Unless you're in the bathroom at
It's
hardware.
yeah, okay. Well, we can save that for
Then
next.
then it's like this.
Yeah, it's frantic. It's quick. And then the toilet will clean itself.
And the toilet will clean itself.
That's
Thank
a Gandhi
you so
quote.
much for tuning in.
Yes, thanks so much for listening to this week, and we'll be
my
back
God.
with much more nourishing gems for you. Take care.